I feel like I want to jump on here today and talk about the one thing that controls your life. And not only does it control your life, but it actually determines the outcome of your life. If you're going to go this direction or that direction, is completely down to this one thing. And that one thing is your thoughts. Now, we have, 80,000 thoughts a day running through our head? I mean, it's insane, right? It's an insane amount of thoughts. Most of those thoughts are unconscious because 90% of the day, we are sort of like sleeping awake. So we're awake, but we're just a record of the past. We think the same thoughts, we do the same thing, we feel the same feelings because everything repeats itself day in, day out, day in, day out. And that's why it doesn't matter if you have a wake-up call or you read a book and you think, oh my God, this is amazing stuff. Because your program is stronger than your will in that moment. Because your program has been there forever. And most of the thoughts in your head actually come from your childhood. So your dad, for example, was absent a lot of your childhood, and then you have the story that all men leave me, and then you get into a relationship, and then you push people away because you don't think they're worthy of you're not worthy of being loved, or you think money is really bad and the foundation of everything that's going wrong, and then you are broke, and then you wonder why you're broke, and then maybe in your childhood your parents were broke and that's how they used to speak. Everything that is going on in your life is a record from the past. And if you read a book and you wake up, you are now activating your conscious mind, but that's only 10% of your day. The conscious mind is the one that goes, now I get it. This is why I keep showing up this way. Great. And then what do? Well, then you say to yourself, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to stop doing that. Absolutely. I just realized this thing. Great. And then your life keeps going. Then what happens? 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, you forgot about that thing that you promised yourself. And the reason is you haven't put whatever the wake-up action was in your head into an actual action plan that's going to retrain the programmed mind that has been there for years. So what do we do now if that's the case and we want to move forward in our life, yet we're feeling like we're just stepping in the same spot the whole time? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out what the hell is going on in my head. And you need to figure out what's the crap I tell myself every day. And how do you figure this out? Well, you stand in front of the mirror naked and you go, what's the thoughts in my head? You're fat, you're ugly. Are those the thoughts? Or are your thoughts, hell yeah, you're hot, baby, let's go do this? Completely different, right? Two different platforms. Now, depending on what you think about yourself and your body naked, which is the most vulnerable place you can be in, is going to determine the outcome of who you are when you are in relationship, in an intimate relationship with someone else. If you think you're ugly and fat, then you're not going to think that this person really likes you because you don't really like you. Same thing at work. If you think you're ugly and fat, you're not going to think you're good enough when you go to work. Everything comes down to what you believe about yourself. So you got to figure out what are the thoughts, what are the limiting thoughts that live in my head. Write them down on a piece of paper. That's the first step. Write them all down when it comes to your body, your intelligence, your ability to perform something, I don't know what, blah, 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 your person, who you are as a social person, as a friend, as a mother, a daughter, a husband, or I don't know. Write it all down, look at the piece of paper, and then for step number 2, I want you to do something that's a bit bizarre, but I actually want you to ask yourself, what am I gaining by thinking all of these thoughts? Because sometimes we gain compassion from others, we gain empathy from others, we gain being able to hide, and have the dreams, but not really take action because, we don't believe we're good enough. We might not want to admit this stuff. So this stuff is going to be hard for you. But we gain a lot of things by holding on to our limiting beliefs because we gain being felt sorry for, being in a group of people. Everybody talks about their issues and it makes you kind of feel good in a way. La, 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 la. Great. That's what you gain. What do you miss out on? Well, you miss out on your life. I mean, there's lots of stuff that you might miss out on that you're going to write down on that piece of paper because you're going to write that as well. What do I gain from having these thoughts be active in my head? What do I miss out on? Like visualize yourself 5 years into the future. You're missing out on your life. You're missing out on your life. I want you to understand these words. You are missing out on your life. And that's another year gone past and your life still looks the same. So you need to be writing that down. What am I gaining? What am I losing? And what am I gaining? Or gaining or losing by thinking these limiting thoughts. And then what you need to do for step number 3 is go, okay, fine. So if what I am losing is actually bigger than what I'm gaining, then my life's going to go a direction I don't want it to go. So I actually get the chance right now to stop the train, get off the train and say, fuck that shit, I'm going to change my life. Now, it's not enough to make a decision. Remember what I said? Because then your conscious mind is active and then it goes to sleep again. You need to then, step number 3, put an action plan into place. And I talk about this all the time. And you think that maybe you're tired of me talking about action. But you know what? It's not enough to sit and manifest and think, oh, one day it's going to happen. I'm just going to think about it every day. It's going to happen. No, manifestation only works in combination with action because this is science. It's not like somebody's going to drop something from the sky and all of a sudden you have your dreams. No, you've got to showcase that you are moving energetically into a new direction. So you've got to think in your head, okay, what are the action steps I need to take in order for me to move forward with what I want? And also, what are the thoughts that are in my head that I need to transform? So instead of saying to myself every morning that I'm a fat, ugly cow, I need to start saying to myself, you know what? You're doing the best that you can. Today, I'm going to take 1 less sugar in my coffee and I'm going to take it 1 step forward. And then you have patience and then you have consistency and then you have discipline and then you do that over and over and over and over and over and over again. Then you're going to watch this video in 1 year and you're going to say to me, Anna, I remember that time when I watched your video and I thought, yeah, I'm never going to change my life. And look at me now. My sex life is better. My relationship with my body is better. My money, my finances are better. My position at work or my career or my job or my business that I've created is better. My strength is better. My body's better. Everything is better. I'm telling you, if you don't do this, you're not just missing out on a little thing. You're missing out on your life.